मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा कि एक फर्जी नोट को कैसे डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं बिटवीन अ रियल नोट. एंड आई वाज लाइक, डूड, पीपल आर सच आर्टिस्ट्स लिटरली इफ दे कैन क्रिएट दिस. बट द बेस्ट पार्ट अबाउट माई शो इज आई फील आप किसी एक की साइड नहीं ले सकते. यू विल वांट शाहिद टू विन एज मच एज यू विल वांट सेतुपति टू विन, यू नो. So that is something, and I am somewhere in the middle because I don't know about Shahid. I mean, if you've seen the show, you know that I'm the sandwiched part between it. Yeah. But I remember one of my friends told me if I was in Shahid's position, I would have done the same thing. I would have created fake notes. Yeah. Like, you know, so I'm like, this shouldn't impact people in the wrong way. But like, just in terms of कि अगर कुछ बचा नहीं है, तो अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? Rich लोग वैसे भी rich हैं, हम ही फंसते हैं बीच में. So I love that dialogue where Shahid says, "You're middle finger class." Yeah. You know. यार हम लोगों की लगती है हर बारी. एंड आई रियली रिलेट टू इट बिकॉज व्हेन आई वाज ग्रोइंग अप आई बिलोंग टू अ मिडिल क्लास फैमिली. जितना है उसमें रहना, उसमें खुश रहो. दैट इज व्हाट माय पेरेंट्स ऑलवेज टॉट मी. सो आई नेवर रियली रन आफ्टर मनी. आई नेवर रियली थॉट ऑफ एनी बैड मीन्स टू गेट टू अर्न मनी. आई थिंक मैं कम भी कमाती तो शायद मैं उसमें भी खुशी ढूंढ लेती. दैट्स जस्ट द काइंड ऑफ पर्सन आई एम. बट आई अंडरस्टैंड बहुत लोगों को होता है, बहुत कमाना है पैसा, यू नो, पैसा इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. But it shouldn't be the end of everything. Hi guys, it's me Raashii Khanna and you're watching me on Mirchi Plus.
Hi, this is Samina Shaikh here and with me today I have the very gorgeous Raashii Khanna, who seems to be quite busy and occupied because Farzi काफी धमाकेदार opening रह चुकी है Amazon पे and I can welcome her with that dhamakedar energy for sure. So welcome to Mirchi Plus.
Thank you. I just want to say, like, you look very pretty. I love this sparkle thing on your face.
Thank you so much. I just tried this. It was like borrowing your cousin's, you know, Amal, and then you're just putting it over there. So thank you so much. But I really liked your role, and the special part of your role was when you have a conversation with your mother.
Yes.
नहीं मम्मा, मेरे पास लोन के पैसे नहीं है. मम्मा नहीं, क्या शादी की बात कर रहे हो? That is how actually a modern day girl's conversation takes place with their mother. And I think I could relate to that a lot. What do you have to say about it?
So I think it is, of course, जब पहली बार when I heard the role and about the role and the way it had been etched out about her backstory, I knew a lot of women will relate to her, specifically middle class women, because they have this constant pressure to like earn for the family. They have to do everything. They have to do the housework. They have to do the bar ka kaam. They have to do everything. So I knew that there'll be this sense of frustration and there'll be a sense of frustration even in the conversations around money. Yeah. So I knew people would relate to it a lot, and that's why मैं जब करी रही थी ना, that's why I felt it. Like I was like, this is what a girl will go through when she has to do everything for her house.
And personally, Raashii, have you been through something like this when you are like literally balancing your life, work life, your personal life, your family life?
So honestly, my personal life is mostly my parents and my brother and my friends, close friends, and I keep a very distinct division between my personal and professional. And you'll not see me talk much about my personal life also. That's just how I choose to keep it. I balance it really well because, see, I give certain people a lot of importance in my life. So if it's my father's birthday, if it's my mom's birthday, if it's my brother's birthday, I'll make sure I travel for them. I'm with them, because what's the point of living and making this money if you can't really cherish it with your loved ones?
And I remember जब last time मैंने राशि का interview किया था, and that time I think that time around also इनके फैमिली में आई थिंक इनकी मॉम का या डैड का बर्थडे था, एंड शी वाज लाइक कंप्लीटली वेरी एक्साइटेड कि हाँ मैं दिल्ली जाने वाली हूँ, हाँ मेरा ये सेलिब्रेशन होने वाला था. आई ऑलवेज सीन यू बीइंग वेरी क्लोज टू देम, एंड इन दिस मूवी आल्सो, इन दिस प्रोजेक्ट आल्सो आई सॉ दैट समथिंग, यू नो, टेकिंग प्लेस. बट लास्ट टाइम आज हमने बात किया था तभी आपका ये सीरीज आया नहीं था, और अब ये आ चुका है और काफी लोगों को पसंद आया है. विजय सेतुपति का रोल, द काइंड ऑफ डायलॉग्स ही इज शेयरिंग, शाहिद कपूर का रोल. आपको कितना नॉलेज मिला है while working on this one about फर्जी नोट?
Dude, like, so when the first time जब इन्होंने नरेट किया मुझे और बताया फर्जी नोट्स के बारे में, my mind was blown, because हम सबको पता होता है फर्जी नोट के बारे में लेकिन कोई ध्यान नहीं देता. तो जब पहली बार बताया कि यार ये इतना बड़ा गैप क्रिएट कर देता है इकोनॉमी में, यू नो, लॉट ऑफ पीपल विल सफर इवेंचुअली, लोगों को फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा, फर्जी नोट यूज़ कर रहे हैं. तो I learned a lot working with Rajan TK sir, and hats off to their team because they researched so much on this, because research के बिना तो ये possible ही नहीं था. तो I think बहुत साल उन्होंने बहुत research करी, मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा कि एक फर्जी नोट को कैसे differentiate करते हैं between a real note. And I was like, dude, people are such artists literally if they can create this. But the best part about my show is I feel आप किसी एक की साइड नहीं ले सकते. You will want Shahid to win as much as you will want Sethupathi to win, you know. So that is something, and I am somewhere in the middle because I don't know about Shahid. I mean, if you've seen the show, you know that I'm the sandwiched part between it. But I remember one of my friends told me if I was in Shahid's position, I would have done the same thing. I would have created fake notes.
Really?
Like, you know, so I'm like, this shouldn't impact people in the wrong way. But like, just in terms of कि अगर कुछ बचा नहीं है, तो अभी क्या कर सकते हैं?
But that is the thought which comes into minds of a lot of people, you know, जब ऐसे होता है ना, greed होती है to be on that top level, and at the same time financially you are, you know, not that strong, and you know that leads to people, you know, इतने सारे scams जो हम देखते हैं जब, you know, people become filthy rich, and then we get to know the backstory of it and feel like okay ये फर्जी चीजें होती है. So did you also feel like, you know, it is relatable in today's life also, because there are so many chapters which are, you know, which keep on coming out in news also, you know, so many businessmen who have so many, you know, बोलते हैं ना black side जो होता है वो, you know, there are such things, you know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, of course, there's always a flip side to the positive things. There'll always be something that's negative. I feel ये चीज़ें होती हैं तो कुछ लोग बहुत ज़्यादा राइज कर जाते हैं. That's why there's a lot of disparity between poor and rich. वो बहुत gap ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है. पिस्ती मिडिल क्लास है. Because I remember even when I was growing up, I said poor लोगों के लिए तो there are certain provisions from the government. Rich लोग वैसे भी rich हैं, हम ही फंसते हैं बीच में. So I love that dialogue where Shahid says we are the middle finger class.
Yeah, middle finger class.
और हम लोगों की लगती है हर बारी. And I really relate to it because when I was growing up, I belonged to a middle class family.
Yeah.
But I have to give it to my parents' upbringing. I never equated money with happiness. जितना है उसमें रहना, उसमें खुश रहो. That is what my parents always taught me. So I never really ran after money. I never really thought of any bad means to get to earn money. I think मैं कम भी कमाती तो शायद मैं उसमें भी खुशी ढूंढ लेती. That's just the kind of person I am. But I understand बहुत लोगों को होता है, बहुत कमाना है पैसा. You know, पैसा is important, but it shouldn't be the end of everything.
Especially like lockdown में काफी लोगों का ऐसा हो गया था कि jobs नहीं है, job loss हो रहा है, and you know, to make you know, ends meet. It was not easy. You know, I was seeing a lot of people around me, the maid, you know, crying and cribbing, nahi madam, itna kar do, ye kar do. And you know, I saw so many people just feeling helpless when they were losing their, you know, family people, beds nahi the, and you know, and after a point, money was not making a difference.
Yeah.
It was the humanity which was making a lot of difference, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, of course, COVID changed a lot of things for a lot of us, where we understood के importance किस चीज़ की है. बहुत पैसा होके भी आप अपने relatives को नहीं बचा सकते. That's just God slapped you the thing, saying that power and money cannot give you everything you want. And that is also a humbling factor कि शांत हो जाओ. You know, this is not everything. What is important is the people around you. I hope that's brought a center that shift in people where they value relationships more than they value money. But अभी भी बहुत लोग हैं जिनको सिर्फ पैसा कमाना है. हमें कुछ गलत नहीं है.
कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा.
कोई गलत नहीं है, लेकिन गलत वे में ना बनाए बस.
वो जो डीट हो जाता है ना लिटरली, जो ऐसा
तो
अब तो यही करना है बस. But at the same time, what do you have to say about Shahid Kapoor, you know, and you have worked with him, how the chemistry has been with him while working on this project, you know, understanding the character and all that.
So his method of working was very similar to mine. We both are method actors. तो हम लोग set पे, he came as Sunny and I came as Megha. The conversations were also like that. And yeah, so we basically got into character the moment we were on set. Off set, of course, he's Shahid, the entertaining one. उसने मुझे इतना हंसाया, you know, my jaws would hurt. I've heard his stories from his film sets, the stories he tells his kids about Meera, about her life, and you know, I've learned so much about his life. I feel like I've always known him. You know, that's the feeling that I get today also. But somewhere मेरे अंदर भी था कि अरे शाहिद कपूर. उस time when I was working with him, कहीं ना कहीं fan girl थी, because I was like, Shahid, I've grown up watching your films. He's like, ये मत बोल मुझे, because you know it makes me feel old. But I was like, but I have, you know, and I've been a huge fan of his work. But there's so much of dedication that he has, and that's why he is where he is, because he's superb at his craft, and there's so much you learn when you work with actors like that.
But इस series में एक चीज जो मुझे काफी ऐसा थोड़ा लगा कि शायद abuses बहुत है. Did you also feel that, you know, because I felt like maybe it was that need of that, you know, playing that chapri character somewhere, you need that, but sometimes I feel that, you know, profanity is also okay, but sometimes when you're watching it on OTT, you can watch it with anyone sometimes, you know, when you're with the family and all. I feel that maybe ek wo tha. What
I mean, that's great as an audience if you have that feedback. That's definitely, that's something that should go to Rajan DK sir. But I feel Rajan DK sir gave us so much space to be our characters, where I was like, see, randomly, I don't know if I can say it here, but randomly we use the F word.
Yeah.
So even when I was angry, I would just use the F word in the series, and I wasn't stopped. Because that's how randomly it will just come to your tongue. Now a guy like Bhuvan, the character that he's playing, और शाहिद द कैरेक्टर दैट ही इज प्लेइंग, ऑटोमेटिकली वो वहाँ पे गालियाँ बहुत होती हैं.
करेक्ट.
तो उसको इतना फ्रीडम मिला हुआ था कि जहाँ उसको लग रहा था उसको, आई एम श्योर दे डिडंट प्लान इट, It was just, I feel like saying it, I'll say it. You know, so that's why probably it is reality. Yeah, people do talk like that. I understand when we see it, it hits us more because we don't want to see it.
Yeah.
But I get your point as an audience. But I think as filmmakers, they were like, we are giving space to our actors to be who they are. तो इसमें कोई side नहीं ले सकते. I think both sides are right in their own way. But definitely I agree with you कि थोड़ा कम कर सकते हैं. You know, as a responsible person in filmmaking, we can do that. Yeah.
Also, you know, Raashii, Vijay was there in the movie, you know, in the series, and he's worked, you know, down south. But he said this statement that, you know, जब तक का एक फिल्म में, you know, शाहिद कपूर या शाहरुख खान या कटरीना कैफ नहीं होते, जब तक का मुझे कोई ऑफर नहीं होता है. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that ये reality है?
नहीं, I think nobody takes him seriously. He said no till
जब तक
he says.
इन लोगों के नाम नहीं होते.
But I think, see, I think that's true also because see, they are at a certain place, and obviously, if your name gets attached to them, automatically people will start looking up to you or following you. कि ये कौन है? Tomorrow, if I do a film with Shah Rukh sir, probably people will be like ये कौन है? You know, automatically they'll be like ये कौन है? शायद उन्होंने पहले मुझे इतना नहीं देखा होगा. So I don't blame people for their this thing. I completely get what Sethupathi sir is saying. But I mean, अब क्या करें? As an audience also, I'll want to see who's coming with Shahid or Sethupathi sir is coming. You know, because they've already made a name for themselves.
And that reminds me that you might be enjoying a lot of good food because Vijay himself is such a foodie. Was that the case on the set?
But he never fed me because I was on a strict diet. I said, sir, you cannot give me food. The only time I actually ate was एक samosa. There's a place where I end up filling my plate and I'm eating the samosa and I'm like, samosa very tasty. And in the series, there's a scene. That day I ate samosas fully. But otherwise, I was quite on a strict diet because I'm given this pant shirt and I wanted to be fit. तो I was like, अभी 1 इंच भी इधर-उधर नहीं होना चाहिए. तो मैं तो डाइट पे हूँ. तो सर मेरे आसपास खाते ही नहीं थे. वो सिर्फ मेरे आसपास चाय पीते थे.
That was sorted then.
Yeah.
But you know, Raashii, you also said recently that somewhere you doubt Bollywood actors' acceptance in South. You know, what makes you feel that way? You know, what is that thought?
I think the South audience is very rooted in its culture and its language. तो उनके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि अगर आप उनकी मूवी करते भी हैं, it's not like they'll not want you, even if you do, because हम North से हैं लड़कियाँ, तो अगर even if actors want to make that effort, they'll have to learn their language, they'll have to learn their ways. If tomorrow Shahid says, okay, I'll learn Tamil and I'll do a Tamil film, they'll accept him with open arms. तो वो अगर वो करने के लिए ready हैं, तो I'm sure the South will be ready to take them. थोड़ा सा होगा, हिचकिचाहट होगी, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं कि हो नहीं सकता.
पर आप क्या difference देखते हो South versus Bollywood में? What do you feel that is different in terms of, you know, in terms of the characteristics of, you know, Bollywood versus South?
I think अब तो मुझे लगता है हम Indian film industry हो गए हैं because you know there's a lot of boundaries that are merging. We shouldn't really create anymore. But I feel ऐसा कोई difference नहीं है कि oh my God यहाँ पे बहुत अलग है वहाँ. I think they all share the same passion for films. They want to make the same content. Culture of course अलग है तो अलग तरह की stories आएंगी. But everyone wants to make new stories. Everyone wants to be relevant. सब मेहनत करते हैं बहुत. तो I don't think there's much of a difference really, except for reach जो पहले North की ज़्यादा थी, लेकिन अब South की भी reach बढ़ गई है, तो वो भी difference बचा नहीं.
And I think you are kind of following the S series a lot, because your next actor is also Sidharth Malhotra. So sometimes like I feel that the S series is something which you want to continue. So tell me about that. You're working with him. He just recently got married.
Yeah, I mean it's been a great experience working with Sid. Actually, I thought I was like, man, what conversation will I make with Sid? You know, I don't know what to say. I've never met him before. I met him on set, so I never knew he had a really deep spiritual side to him. So we really connected there because you talk about books, you talk about spirituality, we talk about astrology, all the hidden, you know, the things and
the myths.
The mythical knowledge. Yeah, the mythical knowledge. And I was like, the mythical and hidden knowledge. मतलब ये सिद्धार्थ के साथ मैं बातें करूँगी. I never expected कि वो बातें हम करेंगे. But I think that is where we bonded a lot because he has a lot of knowledge about those things and I read a lot. So we really bonded on that. Of course, then Yodha में तो there's a completely different on set. That was a completely different thing where. You know, it was all about, he was in this action mode fully, the injuries भी हुई होंगी बेचारे को, but he was fully in the action mode and I'm this really powerful character even in Yodha. So it was a great experience working with him fully. Like,
but do you also feel like Sidharth is not that, you know, Dilli ka munda kind of a guy? He's very shy as guy.
He's a very proper guy.
Yeah.
I think उसके मुंह से गाली भी अच्छी नहीं लगेगी. Like, you know, if he says a गाली, no, you'll be like, नहीं. You know, it won't suit his face.
I
think he has more of this South Delhi vibe.
हाँ.
एंड मेरे में थोड़ी नॉर्थ दिल्ली है, मैं तो पूरी वेस्ट दिल्ली हूँ, मतलब छपी हुई हूँ वेस्ट दिल्ली. So yeah, I mean there's that difference for sure.
Yeah. But also this project has been spoken about since a long time, and it's a very extensive project. It's not like एक छोटा सा कुछ कर लिया, it's massive. So what do you say about that?
I think the more massive it is, the more expectations it has, the more pressure we feel, because we are like, अरे we hope we deliver. Because जो पहले से expectation होती है तो बहुत मुश्किल होती है. But I don't really think about the result, because I'm like, चलो हमने अपनी मेहनत कर दी, अभी देखते हैं जब release होता है, how people receive it. I hope they like it.
Yeah. But also ये movie release हो रही है 7 July को, is what I've heard of. So is there any changes in the date? And that is what your fan is asking. They really want to know कि update change तो नहीं हो
यार मुझे भी नहीं पता, मतलब मुझे भी 7 जुलाई का मेरे बर्थडे पे पता चला था रिलीज हो रही है, because I thought Feb में आ जाएगी, मार्च में आ जाएगी. I remember calling Sid and I'm like, is it pushing because you're getting married? And he's like, नहीं ऐसा नहीं. तो I don't know. I mean अभी तक तो it's 7 July.
So it's your birthday also?
No, my birthday was on 30th November when they made the announcement that it's
when
on 7
they made the
July.
announcement. Okay. और इसके अलावा your fans also want to know is that which is your next project in Tamil and Telugu?
So Tamil, I've just sort of signed Aranmane 4, which is a horror franchisee. There's also one more film that I'm going to hold on my shoulders, so it's a lead there. Telugu also I've signed 2 projects which I am leading as the main lead, like as it's only me, I'm holding it on my shoulder.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Hindi I'm meeting people still after Farzi, just to figure out what next should I do here also.
But is Farzi 2 happening?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay. And we also hear that you wish to work with NTR. You
Yes.
have expressed that desire.
No, I've worked with NTR once.
Once, yeah, but you are like more keen to work with him in extensive projects.
Yes, because I think he's brilliant. I've seen the way he works. He's superhuman. I've said it so many times, and I'm like, I've seen him dance, and it's like literally he's not on the floor. He's somewhere up, because his dancing skills are next level. So for me, I want to work with Allu Arjun, with Junior NTR again, with Mahesh Babu sir, with Prabhas also, and that's the long list in South, but a longer list in Hindi also, because Hindi I feel I've just started. So there are so many pairings I want to look at. I want to work with Varun. I want to work with Ranbir, with Ranbir, all of these guys. Yeah, everybody I want to work with.
And there's one more question which I also feel I should be knowing from you is, what is your secret for glowy skin?
I think it's just genetics यार.
तुम्हारी का क्या राज है?
मैं ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करती हूँ. I think it's just genetics. My mom has glowing skin, and I think वहाँ से थोड़ा आता है. And the fact that I meditate also and I remain stress free is also why probably I glow. Yeah.
Okay. So I also want to say a very good news to all the fans out there that she's ahead of Rukh Khanna on IMDb, and you can see her expression right now, how she's been feeling shy, and I don't know. But
I was like, I can't believe this has happened, because I was like, I am a
like
huge
all
Shah Rukh
we
Khan
need
fan.
right now is a tweet either from him or a message from his end. Like,
I mean,
okay, what have you done, Raashii?
Just message me
What's
anyway.
your Raashii?
No, I mean, I hope Sir sees it, and I hope he gets to know through this or through whoever that I really love him. And I remember at Sid and Kiara's reception also, I was just waiting that Shah Rukh sir will come. Shah Rukh sir will come. Yeah. I think he was busy or he couldn't make it, but I waited for so long so that he just comes and I'm able to meet him, because I have this 90s kid, I have this love for him. So I'm like, can I just see you? Yeah. Can I just stand next to you? Or if I get a film with you, nothing like it, and then I see this, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. But I'm just very grateful. I don't even know what to say, I don't think I deserve to be.
तुमने King Khan को replace करके Queen Khanna बन चुकी हो.
Queen Khanna.
The Queen Khanna is a title for you now.
Thank you. So sweet. Thank you.
But that makes you feel good?
I mean, I feel like I don't know if I deserve it, because I've probably not even done 1% of what. I mean, I can't even compare myself to people on that list. So for me to be there, I'm like, is this real? Because that's why I posted it and I said, is this a dream? Because I don't know if this is what it is, But I mean, I'm extremely grateful, but it still hasn't sunk in. Yeah.
But before I let you go, I'm going to play this very small segment with you, जहाँ पे आपको बताना है कि ये फर्जी न्यूज़ है या असली न्यूज़ है.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the first question, no, not question actually, the news is, Alia Bhatt is expecting her second child.
That's Farzi.
Okay, good. Kiara Advani got married to Sidharth Malhotra recently.
Asli.
Raashii Khanna is no more single.
Farzi. What? I am single.
No more single बोला ना मैंने इसके लिए.
हाँ.
तो फर्जी हुआ ना. No more single.
हाँ फर्जी हुआ. ये बड़ा confusing
confuse
question
कर रहे हो मुझे.
मैं confuse हो गई. भैया मैं single हूँ. That's all I want to say. हाँ मैं single.
Okay. Shahid Kapoor is best with 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy.
Best with 3 kids, Farzi.
So what do you see blessed with?
One girl and 1 boy.
Okay. Shah Rukh Khan will be working with Raashii Khanna in Hum Hai To Bollywood Hai.
Asli. I'm just manifesting this. ये असली है.
ये असली है. Ranbir Kapoor to romance Raashii Khanna in प्यार के लिए.
Yeah, असली.
ये असली.
ये सब असली
I like
है.
this basically. Deepika Padukone is expecting her first child with Ranbir Singh.
I hope it's asli. I mean, I hope.
But is it asli or no?
Maybe Farzi.
Okay.
For now.
Rajamouli and Sanjalila Bhansali to collaborate for Hira Mandi.
Yeah, with me in it.
With me,
Real.
with you in it.
Real.
Okay, Prabhas to romance Raashii Khanna in Love के लिए कुछ भी करेगा.
Real. This is real. Yeah, we are starting shoot also. I'll tell you when. Asli.
Okay, Janhvi Kapoor is dating Aditya Roy Kapoor.
Are they?
Aditya Roy Kapoor.
I don't think there's anything out yet. Maybe Farzi.
See, I thought like you might be knowing something
मुझे
about
कुछ नहीं पता है.
Bollywood. कुछ
घंटा.
तो बात होगा.
This is my West Delhi slang. Ghanta, I know.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Raashii Khanna is going on a trip to Europe.
Yeah, asli. I am.
You are? This was just a...
Really?
Oh my god, yeah, literally.
Yeah, I'm so finally after like 2.5 years of slogging my ass in work,
Yeah.
I'm taking a trip for 7 days. I'm going to
I
Paris
think
and
मैंने
Amsterdam.
astrology कर ली यहाँ पे
है ना?
फिलहाल.
ये जो भी मैनिफेस्ट हुआ सब होगा
ये
सच में.
manifest
शाहरुख
हो गया.
खान सर के साथ, प्रभास के साथ, सबके साथ जाऊंगे.
और यूरोप तो हो ही रहा है.
Yeah,
ये तुम्हें DDLJ करने का मौका भी मिल सकता है. I'm sure about it. But before I let you go, what are your next projects you're working on? What is keeping you busy?
So right now, after Farzi, I'm meeting some people just to decide what I want to do in Hindi. There are 2 projects in Tamil that I've signed. There are 2 projects in Telugu also. The whole idea is to balance everything. So I'm not really giving it out in the news yet till I'm sure about the dates and everything. We're figuring that out. But they're exciting times now because I think after Farzi it's really opened a lot for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking my time. I'll just take this trip to Europe, come back and then decide fully. Yeah.
That's great. That's nice to hear from
Thank you.